I'm alive, baby, I'm thriving. Oh yeah, I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look a thing like I thought that it would, but I've been getting my steps in, and I sleep with my best friend. It's the best that it has been in a long time. I'm living my best life.
Welcome to Book Time with Ryan. I am Ryan. Today I'm doing the I Am the Reader book tag. I was tagged by Jim from Jim's Books Reading and Stuff. And he saw it on Emma Books channel. Emma with 3 M's. And I looked at her channel and she's got a lot of subscribers. Like 207,000. Wow. I will tag to Jim's video and Emma's channel. And I'm going to include the questions or prompts down in the description area. Thank you, Jim, for tagging me. I have only looked at this briefly and watched one video besides Jim's. Number 1. Choose one word that describes being a reader. I don't know if we're saying one word that describes us as being a reader. Literate would be just generally how we would describe a reader. If it's how I would describe myself as a reader, I'd say persistent. I started late, but it's been a bit of a struggle when I was younger, and now I'm doing fine as an older person. Not an old person, older person, older than when I was young. So you can pick whichever meaning you think there is. Number 2. What's the very first book you fell in love with? I don't know. That would be far enough back that it's hard to recall. So I'll do 3. I loved a book that I still have about mammals from Simon & Schuster. It's one of those guidebooks. I loved that growing up. It's in rough shape now. It's on my bookshelf over here. Oh, there it is. Right there. I love that book. I still love that book. It's very cool. It's very informative. It was great to look at. It's especially great for somebody who can't read because it's got great pictures and you can kind of memorize the facts. The first book I probably remember reading that I really enjoyed was The Big Friendly Giant, BFG. And I don't have that copy anymore, but I really like that book. I think it may have been the first one that I read that I can remember. And another book that I really liked growing up, and I think this was probably for school, but I read the other ones too, was The Indian in the Cupboard. I loved it, and I liked the movie, and I wanted my toys to come alive too. And I had a cupboard, but they never came alive. I just didn't have the magic key. Number 4, hardback, paperback, ebook, or audiobook. Jim switched this a little bit. He added some books. I thought this was going to be an easy question, and then I watched Michael K. Vaughn's video, and he had a really good answer for this that really had to do with what kind of book it was. Watch his, because I do agree with what he said in it. Without just copying what he said, I like hardcovers for nice books, and I like paperbacks for everything else. That's it. I thought I was going to have more of this reason why. But number 4, how has reading shaped your identity? Not a lot. I started reading late, so I think reading has helped me have a greater appreciation for a variety of things. I have enjoyed reading more fiction recently, but also the nonfiction I've read is helpful, and I've used it in some circumstances, so it's helped me. I just don't know if that's really my identity. So I don't think that it has shaped my identity in a material way, but I think it's been important as I've developed. Well, number 5, what book do you read when you need to be comforted? None. When I need to be comforted, talk to my wife or my parents, or I get hugs from my daughter. If I had a dog, I would pet the dog and I would let her or him lick my face. But I don't go to books for comfort. In fact, if I am uncomfortable with something, I find it hard to focus on reading. I don't enjoy reading if I'm preoccupied with something. Because when I read, I need to be occupied almost entirely with the reading. Number 6, who taught you to be a reader? Or did you do it all on your own? No, I did not do it all on my own. I didn't do it at all. I had a tutor. Her name was Brenda Perkins. When I was in 1st or 2nd grade, I couldn't read. I have dyslexia. And she taught me to read. Very slowly, I learned how to read. I started out sounding out words. And now I read. I don't know if that would have happened on my own. Probably not. It wasn't at that point. I was hoarding books at school in like the book loft, but that's just because I don't know, I think it was kind of like faking that I was enjoying books. I was not good. I was in the bad reading group in my school. Number 7, describe your dream reading lounge. Well, I'd call my reading lounge my study. And I do like my study right now. Maybe I should do a tour of my entire study. I mean, it's not a whole lot more than what you're seeing. I'm looking at a desk, a roll-top desk. There's some military coins over here. There's a model ship behind the camera. There's a signed humidor with a bunch of NHL player signatures on it and a bottle of wine that's signed by some coaching staff. My reading chair, a couch, hockey sticks, National Predator banner, lots of other stuff. Over there is some sports stuff. And that's basically it. So what would I love to have in a reading lounge? I think I did a tag where it asked for my dream library. And one of the things I debated was, do I want to have a fireplace? And I've arrived on the answer of being no. I love the idea of having a burning fire in a fireplace and reading by the fire. But I don't like a lot of heat. And I find that it's hot next to fires. It's hot next to fires, and when I sit next to a fire, I stop enjoying it after a while. Also, like, I don't want humidity or smoke or anything to affect my books. So I've said no fireplace. I would love to have hardwood floors in my study with oriental rugs. And I would love to have a nice big window and a tall ceiling. More bookshelves. I have a globe. That was one of my things that I wanted in my book lounge, my reading lounge or my study. But I like my study. I have my lights set on reading. The light level is set on reading. During the day, there's light coming in. That's what you can see over there. When it's nighttime, these lights are great for it. And I have the things on my walls that I want, special things that I just like, that makes it feel like it's homey. Now, I can't put a whole lot more in the study. In fact, I really shouldn't, because it would just, it's gonna get cluttered if I do that. But this is basically what I'd like to have. What I have is what I'd like to have. There can be little things here and there that would be cooler, but much more expensive. I'm definitely not above looking at pictures of other people's studies and saying, that is exactly what I want. And if they gave it to me, I'd probably take it. But if I had to pay for it, that's different. So my wife has been nice enough to let me occupy an entire room in our house with my stuff. And it's been nice during COVID to have a study to work from home, to kind of just have my space. Number 8, what book changed the way you act or see the world? I haven't had a book that changed the way I act. I don't think. or see the world. That's such a big thing for a single book to do. I have had some books that have affected me, some books that have led me to question my faith here and there, which I think is normal. It's okay to question your faith here and there. But it required me to dig a little bit and ask and answer some questions, I guess. And that would be a book called Ishmael, not related to Moby Dick. I forgot the author. But I remember reading Ishmael for AP Advanced Placement Biology, summer reading or something. Loving the book. I just had to think about things after that. There was a youth thing for a Mennonite Methodist. There was a Methodist youth gathering in Knoxville, Tennessee in 1999 that I went to, and it was right after I read that book, and it was kind of affecting me, and just one of those challenges. But it was a good kind of questioning. It wasn't like this is proof that God doesn't exist. It was really, I think, probably a moment of deeper thinking. I was still a kid, but more of a questioning approach to stuff, I guess. And I think it'd be interesting to reread it because it has been a very long time. And would it still affect me the same way? Or would I experience something reading it again? I don't know. And it's been long enough, I don't remember why. But it was one of those experiences where it shook me a little bit, and I haven't had that with other books. I've had books make me cry. One book has made me cry, because I ain't no crybaby. Unless it's about puppies, or it's about kids hearing for the first time, or getting their glasses for the first time, or when people get those glasses so they can see colors. I'll cry then. When people coming home from war, I will cry for some of those. But not for books, besides Doctors and Friends by Kimberly Martin. That's it. I'm not going to tag anybody specifically, but if you like this, tag yourself. And maybe don't prepare for this like I didn't really prepare. Maybe just go into it and see what happens. Because there's some pretty big questions in this tag. Some questions that should make you think for a while. Questions that are almost like, what is the meaning of life? Answer that in one sentence. And it's going to take a little bit longer than that. So, again, Jim, thank you for tagging me. And if anybody else wants to do this, please do it. I've seen a couple people tag. I've watched 2 videos so far of people being tagged with this. Jim and Michael K. Vaughn at Vaughn Manor. And they had fun answers, good answers. And I'm sure you will have fun, good answers too. So share them. You're tagged. Tagged, you're it. That's like a Facebook poke. It's a BookTube tag. I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.
Never thought I'd be a grown-ass man. But you know what they say, a best laid plans. Now I'm holding on to my daughter's hand. I've got a reason to be alive. And, oh yeah, baby, I'm thriving. Yeah, yeah. I'm living my best life. I wake up with the sunrise. It does not look